All right, welcome. Today we're diving into a really fascinating book called Alpha Backgammon. It's written by a world champion player, Baron Vernon Ball, and he makes this wild claim that winning isn't just about strategy or skill. He says he found a secret tool that can literally program your mind to be lucky. Yeah, you heard that right. So let's get into it.
So right off the bat, the author makes this huge promise. He's not just talking about, getting a little better at backgammon. He's talking about a secret tool that he says could make you the next world champion. It really makes you wonder, right? What on earth is this tool he's talking about? So, you'd think this incredible secret for winning at backgammon would come from a gaming table, right? Well, nope. The story actually starts thousands of feet in the air inside the cockpit of a jet fighter. You see, it turns out Ball was this young cadet who was absolutely terrified of flying jets. I mean, he was so panicked he was about to get kicked out of the program. But his instructor, a combat veteran, saw what was happening and taught him this simple meditation technique he'd learned in the Far East. Just close your eyes, picture a calm place, focus on your breathing. And that simple act didn't just save his flying career. Ball says it became the very foundation for his championship success years later. Okay, so meditation is one thing. That helps you stay calm. But influencing dice? How do you connect those two dots? Well, according to Ball, the answer is hiding in a pretty controversial corner of scientific research. The core idea here is something called psychokinesis, or PK for short. It's this theory that your mind can directly influence physical objects. We're talking about literally willing the dice to land on the exact numbers you need to win. Now I know it sounds like something out of a comic book, but Ball actually bases his whole argument on a series of pretty famous historical experiments. He points to work done at Duke University, way back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. A researcher named J.B. Ryan had people try to mentally influence dice rolls. And one of his subjects, a student named Margaret Pegram, was apparently amazing at it. The results she got were just mind-blowing. Yeah, you're seeing that right. The odds of her getting those results just by random chance were calculated to be 1 in a million. For the researchers, this was huge. It seemed to suggest that the mind could have a real, measurable impact on probability itself.
But what's really fascinating is what happened when they tested different substances. They found that when subjects drank alcohol, their PK ability just tanked, falling even below chance. But after they drank some Coca-Cola for the caffeine, boom! Their score shot right back up to those incredible 1,000,000-to-1 odds. So for them, the takeaway was clear. Your mental state is directly tied to this PK ability. So to make this whole thing easier to grasp, Ball comes up with this really cool model of the mind. He basically says you have two different personalities living in your head, and they're always in a bit of a tug of war.
He calls them Vernon and Vernie. Vernon is your conscious mind, that nagging, logical voice in your head that analyzes everything, worries, and doubts. But Vernie? Well, Vernie is your subconscious. It's your gut feeling, your intuition, the creative part of you that he says is the true source of your luck and even psychic ability. The big problem? Anxious, loud Vernon is usually in charge and totally gets in Vernie's way.
So the whole game really is to get Vernon to just be quiet for a little while and let Vernie take the wheel. And the way you do that, according to Ball, is by shifting your brain waves into this super relaxed meditative state known as the alpha level.
Okay, that's the theory. But how do you actually do it? I mean, how do you get into this alpha state and start telling your powerful subconscious mind what you want it to do for you? And that brings us to the main event, the author's ultimate tool. And it's not some physical gadget or anything like that. It's a mental tool, a specific meditation script, designed so you can program your own mind for victory. And the technique he lays out is actually pretty straightforward. You find a quiet spot, you get comfy, close your eyes, and then you slowly count backwards from 50 down to 1. And with each number, you tell yourself you're going deeper and deeper into a relaxed state. Once you hit that calm alpha level, that's when the real work starts. That's when you start the programming. So once you're in that state, the programming kicks in. And it starts out kind of broad, with these really positive general affirmations. The goal here is to build a solid foundation of confidence, to get your inner Vernon to just chill out before you get more specific. Then, once that positive vibe is set, the script gets super specific about the game itself. It's like you're given direct orders to Vernie, your subconscious. You're telling it you will feel lucky and you will win by playing the right dice at exactly the right time.
And it gets even more detailed from there, almost like you're pre-playing the perfect game in your head. It targets all those common fears in backgammon, like leaving a piece open or needing a high roll. You're basically telling your brain, over and over, I am a winner.
And it all wraps up with this final, powerful command. It's the seal on the deal. It's not a hope. It's not a wish. You're stating it as a fact that your subconscious is meant to just accept. I desire this, and this is so.
So, what do you think? What really makes someone a winner? Is it just skill? Is it pure dumb luck? Or could it be what Baron Vernon Ball claims, a mind that's been programmed to actually bend the odds in its favor? It's a pretty wild idea, and it definitely leaves you wondering what the human mind is truly capable of. Thanks for joining me on The Explainer.